Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. And this time, I'm going to take a look at the third part of my comic haul from the Wicked West Comic Expo in Loveland, Colorado from last weekend. Now, before, I was showing the back issues and stuff that I had gotten. This time, this is the new stuff that I bought from the creators. And because there were several creators there, and I couldn't get stuff from everybody, so I got a few. I like to support the smaller creators or independent publishers and the like. Ooh. And while there, I met and chatted with a little bit Ben Dunn. And it just so happened I was thinking of in the next few weeks doing an episode on some of his stuff, either Ninja High School, which is what he is best known for, from Antarctic Press back in the early 90s, and I think in the late 80s. He also did the Marvel manga stuff from the early 2000s, and I got to chat with him a little bit, and I guess, and he's still producing stuff through Antarctic Press. I didn't know Antarctic Press was still around because I haven't seen that, and all this stuff. I don't know whether it's being distributed through the regular comic shops or not. Just that I haven't seen any of this stuff before. So maybe it's just being sold online or what have you. I do not know. But here, I really like the concept of this one here. These are basically graphic novels. This is Cat Girl #1. Now, this isn't drawn by Ben Dunn. He did sign it. He created the character, and I guess came with the plot. Indie Comics, Cat Girl #1. I like that, and did a nice little doodle and signing it. Just some manga style stuff. Different writer and artist. It's created by Ben Dunn. David Furr and Jane Wen were the actual artist and writer involved here. That looks interesting. And then we also have here again something. I had 2 or 3 in this series there. And again, it's a square-bound graphic novel or graphic album. I don't know which. Tomorrow Girl versus Cayman America. And he did do the artwork in this, and more Indie Comics. And some of his nice work. And some of this stuff, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of My Hero Academia. These are red, white, and bruised. And these are both, I haven't read it. From what I gather, though, they're both heroic characters, so I don't know why they're fighting, but they've had 2 or 3 volumes of this. And then this one here, Ben Dunn, Science is Magic, a graphic novel, whether it's a self-contained or part of a series, I don't know. This is the only one he had. And these are all from just the last 2 or 3 years. And stuff he was selling. Again, with artwork by written by Ben Dunn with others. And he co-wrote it. And from what I understand, this is a combination of magic and science, like families doing or groups doing good stuff. One is science based, and the other is magic based, and that's kind of neat. And it makes me think of course, Harry Potter. And then I found I met somebody that I knew a long time ago, a little bit ago. This is where it says Fandom House. There, it's under several mastheads here, because it says Fandom House, but it's actually ACME Comics, which is a local little group, and I guess it's an association of small, independent self-publishers. And okay, this Haphazard. This is by Robert Florence. This particular one is from 2015, but I have another Haphazard #1. From what I understand, this is the third time he's rebooted the character. Going back to the late 80s, and they were mini comics, and I got some of those, and I bought some of those, but I'm not just going to show them here. And another standard comic book size Haphazard, which they still had there for sale, that I bought ages ago. And I didn't know Acme was still around. This is local, and I haven't seen it. I don't know where they're getting, whether they're just selling online or what, where their distribution is, because I haven't seen these at the comic shops at all. And Haphazard, and I like this this tribute cover, a tribute to Frank Frazetta painting of I think it's Wolfman versus Dracula in the cover, in that illustration. I can't remember. It's been a while. But one of the guys involved here, I was associated with the Acme boys for a short time in the 80s. I'm not sure, I can't remember if it's while I was still in art school or shortly after. I think it was shortly after I got out of high school. But I wasn't with them very long, and I never got anything published at the time. They were doing Acme Comics as a quarterly magazine, and one of the reasons was my girlfriend at the time, she was visiting, and she would go with me, and she was kind of spooked by some of these guys. I don't know why, but I didn't hang around with them too long. Dennis Pimple is I think he's one of the writers and editors of these. Because here's Haphazard #1. You can see it's Indiana Jones type, but it's all tongue-in-cheek, pulpy goodness, taking place like in the 40s and stuff. It's a lot of fun. And Haphazard himself is as much the butt of it all. And this is from 2022. This is #7. This is the most recent issue. So I got #1, #7, and I got 1 or 2 of the original Haphazard stories, books. It's some fun reading, kind of nostalgic. And I'm surprised that, in a way, that it's still around. Then here, under the Acme banner, I have Crimson Dreams, #12. This is from, this is a little older. Guidiano, Gasson, Florence. I don't know what all that is. Names, some weird stuff. Contents, and it's an anthology, kind of a horror anthology. Acme Comics. And then here is Acme Comics itself. This is from 2014. I think this is the last issue they used under this title, and this was in conjunction with the Colorado Comic Convention when it first appeared here in the Denver Comic Con, Colorado Comic Con, whatever they called it. They have, for reasons they've had legal reasons, they had to change the name, but they still have the event. And that was the only time I've been to it, because it was so big, so crowded, you couldn't do anything. You couldn't get through the crowds, couldn't go to any of the panels, couldn't get to the main events room. It was literally packed, wall to wall people. Could not get around, could not get in anywhere. So I haven't been back. Maybe this year I'll go for a day. That would be kind of neat. And this was just anthology, because it has steampunk zombies. See, I thought this has got a haphazard story in it. Some other stuff. And with these guys, they have some of the stuff is available. It gave me the card here. It says near to now. You can see that. And I went to the neartonow.com, and you can get some of this stuff from there, or Acme Comics Group at gmail.com, or Facebook on Acme Comics Group. But that just a little promotion for some of the smaller self-published groups out there, and stuff that's still available. Then here, this is another person I met there, who's someone I've known for a few years now, slightly. This is Ron Fortier, who is a comic writer and novelist, and he lives north of us here in Fort Collins, and I've known him slightly for several years, because he has been at the now defunct Starfest every year, in the Comic Fest portion of that convention, and we would chat, and I'd always get some of his stuff, both his comics and some of his novels. I read the comics, but I haven't gotten around to reading any of the novel or pulp stuff. He's very much into the pulp hero stuff from the 30s and 40s. And the publisher he's with, that's what they do. And they have some public domain characters, which they do both as pulp novels and comics, and even have crossovers and the like. And that publisher that he works with is Airship 27. And we chatted for a little bit. Now, I'm not even sure he recognized me, because he would usually see me as a Klingon. And this time I was not a Klingon. So it's quite possible we were chatted, and it's quite possible that Ron did not recognize me. And I gave these guys some of my little mini comics. So here, and as you can see, interested in the pulpy stuff, all-star pulp comics. This is an anthology, and it's all pulpy stuff. Ron wrote some of the stuff in here. Is not all of it. Pulp. That's some good fun. Just good fun and action and adventure. Here's all-star pulp comics. Other one was number 4. This one's number 5. This is our recent ones. Personally, I'm not as thrilled with this particular cover, but that's just me. but it has some nice interior artwork. Very, again, all pulpy stuff, some noir. Fun stuff. And then in addition to that, to those books, those comics, I also bought from him this audio book, or audio version of his book. I got the last copy that he had there. Nighthawk, which is kind of like G8 pulpy, because this takes place, from what I understand, during World War I, and it is has a professional reader. I want to say here, Nick Santamaria, who is the reader. He is a Hollywood voice actor. He has recorded 118 audiobooks of The Spider and 41 G8 and his Battle Aces audiobooks. And I go, my gosh, I didn't know those were even a thing. And I'm big into audiobooks and old-time radio. And so I'm going to have to try to scope that stuff out. I don't know how or where, but because that, I mean, The Spider, I like The Spider. The Spider and G8. Some cool stuff. So that looks like some fun. And then here is the card they gave me. Airship 27 production at airship27.com. So their stuff can be available online. I don't know if the rather regular distribution channels for this stuff, because again, I don't remember seeing these at the comic shops, which doesn't mean much really. And then I have another one. This is called Legacy Action Comics, and this is Legacy Action Comics presents. It's an anthology title, a mixture of genres, I think, and this is number 2. And I don't remember. People I didn't know, but I took a shine to some of their stuff. So of course, I haven't read this stuff yet. So Legacy Action Comics, and here they have another one. This is also an anthology. Bad Comics presents All This Evil and Where Is Wendy, which are I gather are a horror and adventure based stories, and I guess they're ongoing features. So Bad Comics presents, or at least recurring characters. They may have been standalone stories, but I haven't had a chance to read those yet. And then here is Bad Comics presents issue number 2. This features Heartman. With it's like more of a superhero leaning towards it. So that's what I've got this time for these books for that Wicked West Comic Expo. It's a lot of fun, a lot of reading and listening pleasure. Because I look forward to listening to Nighthawk by Ron Fortier. So, thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. If you are so inclined, search these people out and support them. I try to. There are so many others there, and I just don't have time. Either the money or the time to devote to too much of this stuff. So I have to pick and choose. So let me know which of these that you liked, which ones you might be interested in looking for. And remember, people, comics are art.